They whisper things like, "You're not enough. You'll never be good enough." Even when it's one moment, one job, one relationship, one mistake, trauma can cement false beliefs that your worth is conditional. And here's the tricky part. These wounds aren't always visible. Hi, family. Welcome back to If Only One Overcomes. I'm Katie Lee, and I'm so grateful you're here. If this is your first time tuning in, this podcast is all about overcoming trauma, finding healing, and reclaiming your power. Last week, we talked about rebuilding trust, trusting yourself, others, and even God after experiencing pain. But today, we're tackling something just as important: self-worth. We'll talk about how trauma tries to take it from us and how we can take it back. Let's start by talking about self-worth, what it really means. Self-worth is your inherent value as a human being. It's not based on what you achieve, what you look like, how much you've done, or even what other people think of you. It's who you are simply because God created you. But when we experience trauma, especially deep or emotional wounds, that sense of worth can become distorted. We begin to believe lies about ourselves, not because they're true, but because pain speaks loudly when we're hurting. So we believe the lies that we are less than, unworthy, or even broken beyond repair. Now, how does trauma damage our self-worth? Let's look at 3 ways. 1, through abuse or betrayal. They don't just hurt us, they shatter trust and can make us feel unlovable or unsafe. We'll start to ask, if someone can treat me like this, maybe I don't matter. 2, loss. Whether a relationship, a loved one, or even a dream. It can leave you feeling abandoned, as if something about you wasn't worth keeping. You'll start to say things like, "Why did they leave? Why did this happen to me?" 3, rejection and failure. They whisper things like, "You're not enough. You'll never be good enough." Even when it's one moment, one job, one relationship, one mistake, trauma can cement false beliefs that your worth is conditional. And here's the tricky part. These wounds aren't always visible, but they can shape the way we see ourselves, how we show up in relationships, how we talk to ourselves, how we pray, and even what we think we deserve. You may begin to feel like you have to perform to be accepted, like your value is tied to being useful to others, or like your past disqualifies you from peace, love, or purpose. But let me tell you this. What happened to you did not change who you are to God. Your worth is not broken. Your value did not decrease because of what someone did or didn't see in you. And you are still fearfully and wonderfully made. You are still chosen. You are still deeply loved, and you are still worthy. Let's look at 2 biblical perspectives. Psalms 139:14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Romans 8:37. In all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. Overcomers, listen. I get it, and trust me, I understand. There was a moment in my teenage years that shattered my sense of self-worth. I was sexually assaulted, and it left me feeling like I was dirty, unworthy, and beyond healing. For years, I carried that lie, that no one would ever want me. But when God began to reveal to me that I was his daughter, chosen, cherished, and already loved, something shifted. My identity didn't come from what was done to me. It came from the one who created me. And from that place, I began to reclaim my worth. Now let's talk about steps to reclaiming self-worth. 1, we have to recognize the lies. Trauma tries to write a false identity over your soul. It whispers things like, "You're damaged. You'll never be enough. No one will love the real you." The enemy wants you to believe that your pain defines you. But that's a lie. God never called you broken beyond repair. He calls you his, chosen, worthy, loved, and enough. So start by calling out those lies from the enemy and replace them with God's truth. I am not what happened to me. I am God's child, and I am deeply loved. I am worthy of peace, of joy, and of healing. Replace the negative self-talk with truth. Sometimes reclaiming your worth starts with talking to yourself differently. 2. Healing through self-compassion. You survived what many wouldn't understand, and that in itself is sacred. So now be gentle with yourself. Speak to yourself the way that you would speak to a friend who's been through what you've been through. Remind yourself that small steps are still steps. Celebrate small wins. Don't wait to celebrate yourself when you've arrived. Your progress right now is a win. Your healing journey is proof of your strength. Healing doesn't demand perfection. It asks for presence, honesty, and grace. When and if you slip into self-criticism, pause and ask, what would I say to someone else in my shoes right now? Then say it to yourself and mean it. 3. Building a worth-based mindset. Healing isn't just emotional, it's spiritual, it's mental, it's embodied. To reclaim your worth, you have to renew your mind and build a safe inner environment. And here's how. Surround yourself with safe, uplifting people. Let the right voices remind you of your worth when you forget. Engage in healing rhythms, journaling your wins and prayers, reading scriptures about your identity, speaking affirmations over yourself, taking walks, creating, resting, and protecting your peace. We have to anchor ourselves in truth, what God says about us. I am valuable. My past does not define me. I am worthy of love and healing. I am not broken. I am becoming. God has called me by name, and I am His. Well, overcomers, we are at the end. This week, I want you to write down 5 things that make you valuable. Not what you've done, but who you are. Next week, we're diving into how to set boundaries and protect our peace. You don't want to miss this one. If today's episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who might need it. And if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, or connect with me on social media at If Only One Overcomes. I would love to hear from you. And as always, remember, your life is too important because God has a plan and a purpose for your life. Until the next episode, God bless.